Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another lovely episode of And Rolling.
No, 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 no,
No.
no,
Okay,
no.
calm down, calm down, calm down. I thought we were having a nice date.
All right, everybody,
And
what movie did we see? One,
ooh,
two, three, we'll say it together. Obsession.
obsession. Wow. Yes, we did. Um,
Yes.
do do you want to do a summary for this, babe? Do you want to do it or?
Um, hadn't thought about it. Okay, so there's this dude named Bear.
Which is such a bad
Stupid
name.
name, but
Stupid name.
we digress.
Also, but the director's name is Curry, so
Oh yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Which is just crazy. Anyway, and if you hear little things dropping, I'm sorry. I'm crafting to keep my hands busy.
Yes.
Matthew thinks it helps. So Bear is this dude, and he lives in his grandma's old house. His grandma has died recently, and he wants to date his friend Nikki, and his other friend Ian is like kind of helping him figure out what to say. They're like it opens and they're practicing on this waitress, but it's also like what he has to say is really sappy, and so the waitress is like, I think it's lovely, and Ian's like, you can't say that to Nikki, she'll hate that shit. And it's like, me think he doth protest too much, but okay. And so Bear gets home and he finds that his cat has eaten some of his or his dead grandma's medication that is supposed to be in a medicine cabinet, but clearly it wasn't, and the lid was clearly off, and the cat is dead. And that's Sandy, right? Is that the cat's name?
Yes, I think so. I think that's the name of the cat. Yeah.
I think it's the name of the cat. And short for sandwich, I presume.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't think about that.
And okay, so he lives in his grandma's house, as I've already said. His cat's dead. He gets a phone call from Nikki, and she says she wants to tell him something, and he says that he wants to tell her something. But it's not that his grandma's dead, it's not that his cat has died. It, like, he just doesn't bring that up at all. And so she breaks her crystal necklace, so he goes to this, like, occult shop and is looking to buy her one. And there's one that they're selling that's, like, sunshine and good vibes, and he's like, Nikki would hate that. And it's like, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't. But instead he buys this thing called a one wish willow, and he's going to give that to her instead. So he goes to trivia, and he wants to tell her at trivia that he's in love with her, and Ian keeps being like, do not wreck my trivia team. And as an avid trivia player,
I was like, I respect that.
I'm
honestly.
actually fully on Ian's side in this instance. Do not wreck the trivia team.
Yeah.
But Bear, like, ends up driving Nikki home. They have this moment where she's like, if you like me, you have to tell me right now. And he's like, oh, no, ew, no, I don't like you. And it's like, shut up. And she goes away for a second. He uses the one wish willow because he doesn't give it to her. And he says, I wish Nikki loved me more than anyone in the world. And like a light bulb flickering, like, she has changed. And now she's obsessed with him.
Yeah.
And it gets real creepy real fast. She's not herself. People start to notice. There's one point where he goes to work and leaves her at home, and she has duct taped the door shut, like the whole door, not just the frame, the whole door.
Yeah.
And while he's gone, she stays in the exact same spot the whole day. And she pees and she poops, and he's clearly, this isn't the first time it's happened. As soon as he gets home, she, like, runs to the shower. It's crazy. And they kind of go back and forth. Like, you see her start to crack. Like, there's clearly moments where she's aware of what's happening, and she's like, wait, what the fuck? And that doesn't stop him from having a full-blown relationship with her.
Yeah.
Full-blown adult relationship. And there's a couple scenes where, like, she's in the corner in the middle of the night. Like, she's just doing some unsettling shit. And then there's, like, this party at Ian's house. And they go. And they're playing Jenga. Like a truth or dare Jenga.
Yeah.
And Nikki, like, pulls one that's like, read your story. Because Nikki wants to be a writer. And she reads this awful chapter from, like, a Hansel and Gretel retelling where, like, Gretel and, I don't know, there's a lot of, like, violating stuff happening in that chapter. I don't know how to describe it. If you haven't seen it, like, there is no way for me to fully describe how gruesome that chapter is that she reads. And then Bear pulls one, and it's like, kiss the girl, or kiss whoever's on your left, and it's their friend Sarah. And Nikki throws this, like, huge tantrum.
And Sarah clearly has a crush on Bear. Like, it's so obvious.
Yes, and it's, like, very established that Sarah's got a thing for him. It's also, like, Ian and Sarah have apparently been talking. Oh, at one point, and this I think happens earlier, but Nikki keeps, like, moving the dead cat around. And she packs Bear a lunch, and so Bear's having this moment with Sarah, and he eats this sandwich and turns over, like, this note that Nikki's left him, and you find out that it's the cat.
Yeah.
So nasty. And he throws up. The only thing in the movie that I felt like I understood his motivation.
Yeah.
Okay, where was I? The party, like, she ends up breaking a bottle and, like, stabbing herself in the face. She goes crazy, and then her friend, who, in my opinion, should be worried about her, is like, Bear, come meet me in the middle of the night, or if you don't come meet me, I'm gonna come meet you. Oh, sorry, this is, like, all out of order, but, like, it's kind of hard to keep in order.
Yeah.
At one point, Bear calls the One Wish Willow and is like, can I amend a wish? And they're like, no.
Nah, man.
And they're like, but you can talk to Nikki. And you just hear some Nikki in the background of this phone call screaming, like just like,
it's really unsettling.
And he's like, okay, no, I'll keep the wish. And so he tries to get, so he goes and he meets Sarah. Sarah has gotten an acceptance letter or a rejection letter to, like, a tattoo school. And she's flirting with danger. Just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, because before she can open the letter, Nikki runs up to the car, breaks open the window, and smashes Sarah's face into a brick over and over and over again until Sarah's dead.
Yeah.
And then they have to get rid of the body. That part, I will just say, in the theater, I jumped and shouted.
Yes. Well, because it's like a major jump scare.
It's a major jump scare, and I have a thing about, like, windows and people and, like...
Apparently she ran into that head first with a helmet on.
Yeah, like a helmet with, like, hair on it.
Yeah,
I've seen the behind the scenes. It's very funny.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, Sarah's dead. Also, at one point, Bear's, like, leaving, and Nikki, the entity that is... It's not really a possession, but, like, Nikki, the entity who is not normal Nikki, is, like, asleep, but normal Nikki is awake and able to kind of, like, break consciousness, and she asks Bear to kill her.
Yeah.
And Bear's like, what's so wrong? What would be so bad with being with me? And she's like, I was never with you, Bear. Crazy shit. So they move Sarah's body, and then Bear goes and buys another One Wish Willow and goes to Ian, who you find out has been, like, hooking up with Nikki, like, real Nikki, up until this point the whole time. So, like, weird friend group dynamics. It was like, this could only happen with a group of coworkers.
Which is what this is.
Yeah.
It's all coworkers.
They're all
but
coworkers.
They all work at this, like,
at
shitty music shop.
They work at Sarah's dad's music store.
Yeah.
So.
Which is crazy. And Sarah's dad is Andy Richter.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre. I'm
Cuckoo
like,
bananas.
Huh? How did they get him?
In a cast of, like, unknowns.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes and he buys a new One Wish Willow. He goes to Ian. He's like, please just, like, wish to take it all back. And Ian goes, I wish for $1 billion. Crack. And then $1 billion falls from the sky. And Bear is like, you're not helping me. And he, like, runs away. Classic Bear. Am I right, ladies? And he gets back home, and Sarah's dead body is like naked on a chair. Nikki is wearing Sarah's hair and her clothes, and she's just distraught. Like, why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? And Bear goes into the bathroom. Well, actually, Ian comes over and is like, dude, there's $1 billion. And Nikki shoots him in the head.
Yeah, like very
Immediately.
suddenly.
Like,
yeah.
it's insane. And then Bear goes into the bathroom, and he finally makes good of the Chekhov's, in this case, pills, swallows a bunch of the pills that killed his cat. But right before he can die, Nikki has taken the one wish Willow and has wished for him to love her more than anything in the world, or like to love him as much as she loves, to love her as much as she loves him. And he is like, his whole demeanor changes. He comes out to meet her. They have like one good moment. And by the way, they're both beaten up to shit. It looks nasty. And then he dies. And as soon as he dies,
the real Nikki comes back.
Nikki comes back. And she's left in this horrible house that must reek.
She's like freaking out,
all
understandably.
All of the dead bodies
like,
of her friends.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, and that's the movie.
That is the movie. The great summary, babe.
There's a lot of like the thing that's hard about this movie is it's a bunch of little things like when in that final scene you look at the TV, it's footage that Nikki has filmed of Bear sleeping. It's just like stuff like that you doesn't really fit necessarily into the plot, but does a great job of making a very unsettling atmosphere.
Yeah, and this movie, so it's so funny because this movie is like, I think it's Curry Barker is his name, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like watching The Room, if The Room was good, where it's like written and directed by Curry Barker, like starring Curry Barker, like it's like all of this
Curry,
stuff.
The director is the voice of the One Wish Willow online.
Yeah. And he's also he's big on YouTube. He's been in skits that I've like seen before. I didn't realize that was him, but it is him. He's also he was a guest starred in an episode of It's Always Sunny at one point.
Yeah, I can see him doing that.
Yeah.
He's a very interesting looking fellow.
He's strange, to say the least. A very strange.
And if I said the most, I would say that he looks like Paul Bettany in the Da Vinci Code.
It's really weird because like when he talks, he's like if he's like in an interview or something, he's like really chill, really normal. But then as soon as he puts on like any sort of like comedic persona or anything, he turns into the most bizarre man I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's a little bit of like a Jim Carrey situation.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
He kind of morphs like physically.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's a good explanation of it.
Yeah. Well, and what I thought was really cool, the guy who plays Ian is just like one of his really good friends.
Yeah, they started the YouTube channel together.
Right. And so like they're, playing these characters, and he's directing this movie that's gone super viral and like is super popular, blah, 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 blah. And they're just friends. Yeah. He just hired his friend who happens, in my opinion, to be very good. There's a lot of discourse being like from guys. So, and I'll just say this, the men are misunderstanding this movie. But one of the things that they're also misunderstanding, in addition to like how Bear is the villain, is that like, they're like, Nikki is so hot. What's she doing hooking up with Ian? And I'm like, no. Ian is like girl, dad bod attractive.
Yes.
Like Ian has a demographic that would absolutely go for him, and I could see Nikki being that kind of girl.
And also like these guys need to like open their eyes and look around, because it's like I'm sorry, like 9 out of 10 times I feel if in any relationship the woman looks better than the guy. Like it's just the way it is. Like all like men just look ugly. Like I don't know what to tell you.
There's like a theory about that women have been bred to be beautiful, like evolutionarily speaking. The more beautiful women were like bred more, so their genes passed down. Yeah. But men didn't have any kind of like stressor on them to be attractive to reproduce.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's an interesting theory. Yeah. I don't know how well it holds up like fully scientifically.
Probably not very well.
But yeah, it's a compelling thought.
It's definitely a compelling thought in terms of like societal norms with like makeup and beauty standards and stuff like that. It's definitely true on a cultural standpoint.
Yeah. Low-key missed the days that men were metrosexual.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Bring it back, gentlemen. The guy liner. Bring back the
Bring
guy
back
liner.
the guy liner. Yeah. I find it, so I've been seeing things where people are like, nobody understands that, like, people really struggle seeing things from the villain's point of view. Like, any story that tries to do it, people start sympathizing with the villain in it.
Yes.
They're like,
for example,
what?
The Hunger Games with Coriolanus Snow.
Yeah.
People were going cuckoo bananas because he was hot. And, like, is he hot? Yes.
Sure.
Is he a psychopath?
So was
Also-
Stalin.
Yeah, young Stalin is,
Dude,
like, weirdly hot.
look at young Stalin and you're like, damn. Like, even, like, if you're a guy, you'd be like, that's competition. Like, that guy knows
He's
what's up.
mogging.
He is mogging on all of us. He's sitting there and he's like,
I learned that word from my coworker, Ari.
just today?
No, but just like,
Okay, I
he'll
was like,
use
that's
it.
been around.
He'll use it, and I'm like, yeah, that's a word. But he's like the only person I've ever met who like uses it in like a real sentence. Well, and what's
I feel
funny,
like our age is showing, babe.
what's funny is because we were talking about cars. Okay, you want to talk about age showing, Ari, today? Because I've brought movie culture to my work. We've started watching
Brought movie culture.
movies at work, and we've got like a whole wheel that we'll spin to say what we're gonna watch. Anyway, it's mainly the two guys that sit next to me. It's like us. We're the powerhouse of this new phenomenon.
The mitochondria, you might say.
You might. Ari and I were talking today about what our favorite Pixar films are, and he's like, mine has to be Cars. And he's like, I don't really like Ratatouille. And I was like, whoa, you are a little baby Jen whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I know. And I was like, right. And then he was like, yeah. And then, well, James was asking what the plot of Cars was. And so we're talking.
What?
And
Has he never seen Cars?
no, he has, but it's been a long time. He was like a full adult when that movie came out.
Okay.
And so Ari's like, yeah. And then Lightning McQueen comes and just mogs on all of them. I was like, dang.
Yeah, he does.
That's
doesn't
crazy.
He? It's so funny. But yeah, no, young Joseph Stalin, guys. No wonder. No, the people came to Russia that day. You know what I mean? Like,
That's got a crush.
He's like Jonathan Bailey, just if he had just longer hair.
Say less.
You know,
Jonathan Bailey is.
Just saying.
Speaking of hot white boys of the month,
Logan
Lerman. It was announced yesterday that he got married, and I sent a picture of the announcement to the college roomies, and I said, "Happy for him." Or like, congrats, I guess.
Yeah. It's like that kid it's like that video of the little kid where she's like, "Great, happy for you."
Yeah.
Like,
No, that was exactly it. And Nicole and Lissa and I, we were all just like, I mean, Lissa and I are married, but we were all like, wow, really happy. So glad for her.
Yeah.
So that was the girlies lost a baddie yesterday.
Oh, man. Sorry. But speaking of ugly men, Bear. Ooh, man. Bear is ugly. Bear sucks, dude.
I thought Bear looked like some of my ex-boyfriends.
Ooh.
A little bit.
Yeah. Bear, they did a really good job of, like, because in real life, he looks like average. He's whatever.
I thought he was like fine.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he's like
Okay.
pretty mid. But then,
Well, but like I wouldn't say he's ugly. He's just like not hot. But like mid to me means like not even. I don't know.
I'm thinking a solid average.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I think he's like good enough for Hollywood.
Yeah. We are so saying the same thing right now, just in different ways.
Okay.
But they did a really good job of making him look like that guy who runs a Discord server. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Well, and the costumes for this movie were insane, and I think that played a huge part in it.
Yeah, what'd you like about the costumes?
Well, like I've been seeing. So Haley, my sister, took us to see this movie. She was
Yeah,
like,
because
"You have to see it," and
I
I was
didn't
like,
really want to
"Okay."
see it, but thankfully Haley pushed through and was like, "You have to see it," and so we saw it. You know.
The mycosis abated, and she was able to watch another movie. Um, but she took us, and she was like, "I'm gonna send you a bunch of videos about like because the crew. It's an indie movie. They're on TikTok, and they're showing a lot of like what they did for the movie." And so I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so afterwards, she sent me a ton of these videos, and like I just thought it was really interesting to see the just the thought process behind all of the different like costumes and
Hmm.
especially like Nikki's costumes because so much of it corresponded to like her perception of Sarah
Yes. Yeah.
and her perception of what men would think is hot, not
Mm-hmm.
what women or what Nikki herself thinks is hot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was really interesting.
I agree. I think that this movie is the best takedown of incel alpha male culture stuff that I've probably ever seen, in my opinion.
And yet, so many men are willfully misunderstanding.
They don't get it. And I don't understand how they don't get it because
I've
it's
seen
so obvious.
so many people so many men, not women, men, be like, oh, if you think about it, Bear's almost like the villain. And I'm like, almost like the villain?
He is the villain.
Bear is full on like aware that she's not herself and happy to go along with it.
Well, and like Bear literally there. So after Nikki kills Sarah, she literally said, she's like, "Oh, don't cry, don't cry. It's all your fault, but it's okay." Like she literally is telling him like, "You caused this. You started
And
this."
he
Like,
did.
right. Exactly. He unleashed the like demon version of Nikki onto the world.
Well, he created like a new Nikki.
Right. Yeah, like a new soul that inhabits Nikki
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's like it's his fault.
No,
It's all his fault.
He's mm,
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
Evil boy.
I do like how this movie did like subvert. So like I'm not a big horror fan because I feel like a lot of horror movies are like just boring. They're not that scary, and a lot of the times it's just like kids screaming or like kind of scary-ish stuff like jump scares or something. It's just not interesting. It's not because I don't like the scary parts of it, but like they're just not scary to me. This movie did a really good job of being like, this is creepy. And what's creepy about it is Bear. Bear's the creepy one. And yeah, like the stuff that Nikki does, you're like, what the hell? And like, but it's like the exaggerated BS that you hear from guys who are like, dude, she's crazy. She did all of this. And it's true, like, what? 1% of the time? Like, you
If
know?
that.
Right. Like,
Sometimes I just want to be like, shut up.
so it's stuff like that where I'm like, this is creepy, like in a psychological way, and it like sticks with you.
Well, I think that's right. Like, to me, this felt like a very academic horror movie. And
Yeah.
what I mean by that is like the study of horror as like a genre of lit and as a genre of film, and how the point of horror is to reflect like societal things haunting society
Yeah.
back to be able to deal with them in a different way,
Yeah.
and to reflect the things that are frightening about the world that we live in and that we've made.
Yeah.
And I think that there's no doubt in my mind that Curry was, buying into that in this movie.
Oh,
And was
yeah.
tapping into that to make this movie. Even to the point where like the cat being dead, like the disregard of the cat and the social
Mm-hmm.
theory of like men who really don't like cats being very misogynistic.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what that is, like you can look it up. It's this interesting again, like social theory
Yeah. Well,
about
and
how cats are very feminized.
yeah. And I'm sure that like he skirts like he personally doesn't believe this, but like his comedy style and everything, like I've seen his comedy style, I could easily see how that appeals to like some alt-right people and stuff like that, because it's this like extreme brash sense of comedy, and like people think that when they see this like kind of extremist comedy, it's got to be this right-wing ultra nationalist sort of like alpha male take, when it doesn't, that's not the case most of the time,
I was gonna say,
you know.
I don't really think that about him.
No, I don't think that about him, but I'm sure that his stuff gets shared in those circles.
Yeah,
Gets
yeah,
taken out of context and
yeah.
is like, look at this. And then he sees that and is like, what the hell is this? Like, you know, because you
Right.
don't have control over
Keep my wife's
name out your fucking mouth. Yeah. The stuff like that, like I'm sure he sees that and is like, I don't like that. And so he made this movie. But then it's so funny how like you can make the most obvious commentary about this stuff and then people still don't get it. Like they still don't get it, you know, in their heads. Like they just
Like a
don't
bunch of
understand.
men were afraid of their girlfriend like being Nikki,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because it's like Nikki was only like that because Bear literally wished her into existence and took away all of her autonomy,
Right.
everything that made her her. Like she wasn't Nikki anymore. He wasn't happy. He seemed to be gravitating then more towards Sarah.
Bear is the patriarchy. Like
Oh
that's who
yeah.
he is in this movie.
Yeah.
You know.
But Bear's also the like nice guy. I'm
Yeah.
a nice guy.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy.
My grandma died.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a friend.
Right. Right. The Can we talk about how good the actors were in this movie though?
They were incredible.
Everyone did a great job.
The girl who played
Dude, she's crazy good.
Nikki was like
She's
a Meryl Streep.
She is. Yeah. Well, she's going to get in a bunch of other, like she's going to get put in a bunch
Do you
of
know,
other stuff.
I saw an interview of her today where she's like, yeah, I didn't work for a year and a half after I filmed Obsession. I was auditioning and just no one wanted what I had.
Which is so crazy to me.
I know. The micro expressions that she gives in that movie and the fast way that you can clock when it's real Nikki and then Obsession Nikki is, it's just it's so impressive from anyone, but especially like an unknown. I mean, that's why I like when people cast unknowns, is you find
I wish that people would
a
cast more
shocking
unknowns.
amount of talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like even if she were Meryl Streep, what she's done is impressive, and the fact that she's not Meryl Streep is just like extra impressive.
No, she knew that character like the back of her hand. So good. So good.
Yeah, both characters.
Yeah, exactly. She did such a good job in this movie. I was like, what?
I think she's definitely the standout. But honestly,
She's definitely the standout.
I liked Ian. I thought Bear did a good job, but of course you don't like Bear.
No, but for the character, I think he did a really good job. Like he played the miserable man really well.
The only thing I didn't love about Bear is that in a couple interviews, he was kind of feeding in the like, oh, Bear maybe isn't completely the villain.
I know. I've seen that. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, man. Don't make me hate you.
Right. Right.
Because I will.
I'm like, what does that mean? Like, Bear isn't the villain in the sense of like, oh, like he's not the one killing people because that's evil Nikki? Like, is that what makes him a good guy? Like, an evil Nikki is killing people? It's like, but he created evil Nikki. Like, he did it.
Also, like, evil Nikki, I don't think evil Nikki has the capacity to know right from wrong.
No,
because you literally wished that more than anything else, she loves you.
Right. Exactly. Which she did.
Yeah. More than herself. More than, you know. Oh, God. It's just the psychological terror.
Yes.
It's like a horrible Ella Enchanted.
Ooh. That's a good. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, Ella Enchanted, if you're reading it like, you know, obviously it's a fairy tale retelling,
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at it, like in the movie and in the book, they do a good job of conveying the body, like, loss of autonomy
Mm-hmm.
that curse has, and how devastating and kind of horrifying it is for Ella, and like for other, like, she's not the only one in this universe that's been given the gift of obedience.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, what gets Lucinda, the fairy that gave her that, to stop is Lucinda spends 6 months as a child, the child of like a baker who
Yeah.
has to follow the gift. And she's like, oh, it was horrible. I couldn't eat when I wanted to, or if I wanted to not eat and they needed me to eat dinner, I had to eat everything and I had to do it cheerfully. And they really get into like
Mm-hmm.
the same sort of horror, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's an incredibly well done movie. Like, it's really
It's
crazy, and the fact that it's doing as well as it does gives me hope that, I mean, like, people have been saying this, but like, I really, really do hope that like people in like Hollywood and stuff like that are like, oh, like, you can make a small budget movie with a good script and
horror in
it's good.
particular lends itself to that. Like, I feel like you have a higher chance of having a hit indie horror movie than any
Oh,
other.
yeah,
And I wonder
100%.
if that's just because like think about the Dracula movie. You get a certain demographic that's very willing to support loudly, I think.
I think that horror
Like,
is, yeah, horror is a type of movie series that like you can watch it. You don't really need to be super invested in things. Like, the lore isn't necessarily explained all the time, and like that's the creepy part. And so like you don't have to be like really into stuff to get it, in my
yeah.
opinion, you know?
Yeah.
And the people who really like horror really like horror.
No, they do.
And I'm not one of those people, but you know what? Good for them. I'm glad that they are there. I think that you can,
I think it's also cool to like horror right now.
yeah, it's definitely cool.
In the way in the 80s it wasn't, cuz you were like a satanic ritual, you know what I
Well,
mean?
it's because it was all gory and stuff
Right,
back
right,
then
right. But
too.
also just to say, like, the times have shifted, and now if you don't like horror, you're seen as kind of like wimpy and
Yeah.
like, what do you mean you've never, you don't like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's definitely like in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, which, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like make more horror movies. I'm just saying like make more movies with a small budget with people who might not be well known but who know how to make a good script and make a good movie, you
The
know?
other thing, though, like, when you think about what made this movie really compelling,
Mhm.
the world building in this, the like vibe,
Yeah.
it was a distinctly, like, in my opinion, this movie had a little bit of a funk to it. Like,
Mhm.
I felt like everywhere that I saw would smell a little bit.
Yeah.
And like it was just such a curated world that Bear
Yeah.
and Nikki and Ian and Sarah lived in.
Yeah.
And I think in the same way of like that's what made Sinners such a great horror, was like that world was so fleshed out and very visceral.
Yeah. I feel like Sinners is horror light, honestly, but
I mean, I think this also is kind of horror light.
I feel like it's a pretty hardcore horror movie.
I think it's a psychological thing, but it's not the like.
Yeah, it's not like a gory movie,
Yeah, I mean,
really. I
with
mean,
the
it is
exception of
sort
her
of.
like slashing her face, and then Sarah. Oh, apparently, Sarah gave another interview that I watched,
Mhm.
and initially she didn't die right away, and so they're having
Oh,
that
yeah, I've
scene.
heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, in the car, and she's like gurgling and like groaning.
Yeah. Which
Awful.
is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for this movie because, like, I've seen some discourse about how Nikki didn't have a single true friend because people were like, she's acting really weird. Bear's taking advantage of her, but no one actually, like, stepped in.
No, and this movie takes place she doesn't have any friends, and which explains why she's like, I really want to move away. Like, there's
Oh
nothing
yeah, she's
that's
gonna quit her job, and Bear, because she wants to write,
yeah,
and Bear's like, no, you need to stay. Like, I need to see you.
yeah, yeah, and like this whole movie takes place over the course of a week or
I think
something
it's a
like that.
couple weeks.
Yeah, it's not very long. I will say that,
I think it's
and
longer than maybe you're thinking, though.
it's not like a month. I can tell you that.
Can you?
Yeah, because they say like it's only been a couple weeks in the movie.
Okay.
I
Well, it's
think
not a week.
it's
It's
been
certainly multiple.
sure. It's less than a month. We can agree on that. The I think.
It's like, I don't know,
So,
we can, but okay.
but it doesn't take place over a super long period of time, and like the whole friend dynamic that they have is
It
bizarre.
is so coworker. I said to Matt when we walked out, I was like,
Yeah.
that is exactly what being in a coworker group at the escape room was like.
Yes, the
Everyone was like
escape room was
too
like this.
involved, but also you didn't really know anyone super well.
Yeah.
Just this hodgepodge of like,
Yeah, and honestly, like being management helped in a lot of ways, I feel, because it like there was a separation a little bit, and like I don't know, it was way more chill when I was a
yeah.
manager. Like before it was always like cuz people are talking blah 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 and it's like,
The
"Oh my
number of
god,
rumors I heard about myself working at that establishment
it's
is
crazy."
more than I've heard in any other part of my life put together.
Yeah. It's bizarre. Super bizarre.
And then the number of like things that I saw that sound like rumors but are true was just
Is
insane.
also bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's such a hodgepodge mix of like, oh, this is true and not true that you're like, what's real?
But then like
Like,
I think again it goes back to the like demographic that you're pulling.
yeah.
You get like a weird mix of alt theater kid
Yeah.
in that space because there's some theatrics to it. There's, the gaming element. It's just like a really odd mix of people.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that a lot of it is like this type of personality feeds off of drama. And if they
Mhm.
can't be in drama, they're going to manufacture drama. And
Yes.
that's the same vibe I got from this little quartet.
Yeah.
Maybe at the beginning they were a little bit more functional. Like it seems like Bear and Ian are genuinely friends. And then like Ian and Sarah, or sorry, Bear and Sarah, if this whole thing with Nikki hadn't happened, like they seem to have some genuine connection, far more than we ever see Bear with Nikki beforehand. Like they're talking about their
Yeah.
wants, they're talking about like their plans.
Well, and it seems like they know each other sort of from high school. Their ages are so ambiguous in this
Yeah,
movie. I'm like, are you guys fresh out of high school or
I
is
don't
this
think so.
like
I think they're supposed to be like in or out of college and just like losers.
yeah, cuz it's like small town Ohio or something like that. Like it is nowhere cool, you know. I think they say that they're in Ohio.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah. So it yeah, it's like it is kind of like I see some of these towns like the Midwestern core where it's like it's in the middle of nowhere and you see like people who are like our age, a
It's
little bit
giving
younger, a little bit
Facebook
older, and I'm like,
Marketplace.
ooh, yeah, it is a Facebook Marketplace, man, where it's just like people are talking and like doing things, and you're like, what is going on? How do you live here? What's happening? Like, very strange, very odd.
One of those things where you'd see each of these people and be like, "Huh, what's your deal?"
Yes, yeah,
Specifically when they're all together, individually, with the exception of Bear, because Bear, as we've seen from everything, is just like a grade A freak.
when he's crying over Nikki not loving him at the
Instead of his
beginning
cat,
instead of his cat that just died is insanity. Insanity.
I
Crazy.
maybe did get into a moment with someone where they tried to tell me that like they could see Bear in the real world, like that happening, him killing a cat by leaving the meds out. And I was like, that's fair, but we're watching a construction.
Yeah.
Like this is all, everything is written specifically to mean something. And so from the beginning, like maybe you aren't noticing it at first, And I feel like because I'm pretty steeped into that like cat misogyny thing,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as it was a cat that died, I was like, ooh, this is bad. Like this guy's careless. That
Yeah.
doesn't bode well. Because also you've seen the trailer, so you know roughly what's going to happen.
Right.
So it's like, okay, yeah, this is right off the bat, like, ooh, something's up.
It's also one of those things you were talking about, small details. Like, people have explained a lot of the small details where it's like, oh, he left them out on purpose. Like, that's what he was trying to do. Like, he clearly left them out on purpose. It's not like he accidentally left out his medication and that's
I
it.
actually don't know that it was on purpose.
Well, no, but he like labels them for the cat and stuff like that.
What do you mean?
He like labels the bottle
Yeah.
for the cat, and there's like a little scene where he like picks it up, and it's like Sandy at the bottom, or whatever.
Why would?
And he's like, "How'd you get into these? Oh no!"
Well, right, but the cat can't read.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. He's so fucked in the head that he left them out for the cat.
Right. Okay, I guess I'm not buying that necessarily. I think it's meant more to be that he's careless.
I think he's doing it intentionally.
Okay.
That's my take on it. The more I've looked into it, I feel like
take.
he's actually that evil. I could totally see how someone could accidentally kill a creature. It's totally possible.
Yeah, it is. And like I'm not but I don't think that that's like a negligible thing. I think still like leaving it out and being so like it's even if it is an accident, it's not meant to be like, oh, this could happen to anyone. It's supposed to be a damning thing that he doesn't care about the well-being of innocent, fragile, vulnerable beings.
Yeah, he doesn't care at all. Like literally they're at trivia and he's like, well, Sandy died today, and Sarah's like, oh my god, Sandy died, and Sarah like really cares, and he's like, whatever. Like, I don't give a shit.
It's just
like what?
Off-putting.
Yeah.
He's an off-putting fellow, and I find it off-putting that the actor is not out here being like, yeah, that guy's weird.
Yeah.
Because you know who would be doing that? David Cornsweat.
Facts,
or whatever his
dude.
name is. Is it
Yeah,
Sweet?
I don't think
Sweat?
it's corn sweat. That's
think
a
it's
real
corn
Midwestern
sweat.
take of you, babe. It's not. I think it's.
Is it corn sweet?
I think it's corn swath or something like that.
No.
Corn?
David Cornsweat.
No, it's not corn sweat.
Yes.
Is it pronounced that way? Is it pronounced corn sweat?
Let me do it. How it's pronounced.
I don't know. Corn sweat just seems so.
Corn sweat.
Corn sweat.
Corn sweat.
Corn sweat, not corn sweat.
What was it? Tomato.
Yeah. What's that from?
It's from Ted Lasso. Rebecca's mom.
Oh yeah.
Potato.
Potato.
Tomato.
Yeah, that's what it's from. Yeah. Because we watched the final episode of Ted Lasso recently. Yeah, that's what it is.
Not for the first time.
No.
Just a rewatch.
No, just yeah.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, this movie is one of those that like you have to see it. I feel like I don't know. This is one of those where I'm like, oh no, like you need to see this movie. Like it's that good, you know? Because it just speaks on it. And it's like kind of hard to describe in a sense until you see it. Like it's just one of those where I'm like, you have to see it.
It seems like a really simple plot.
Yeah.
But again, it's all these little details that add up to make a very mosaicked narrative.
Yeah. Absolutely.
A really grim, like, who are you would be, are you more of a Nikki or a bear?
Like evil Nikki or normal Nikki?
I don't like calling her evil Nikki.
Well, what do you want to call her then?
Well, I've seen people call her the entity.
Sure. The entity?
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know that I can ascribe guilt to her.
Well, I'm not describing guilt to her. I'm talking about a separate personality.
Well, yeah, but you're calling her
entity.
I don't know.
I mean, That's its name. Like, its name is Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, though. Doesn't seem fair to call that creature Evil Nikki when we're just calling Bear Bear.
Well, Bear is evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, this is a pointless.
Yeah. I don't know. You should just see this movie. It's that good.
What would you rate it?
You know, this is going to be like really crazy, but like it's really stuck with me. So we saw this movie many weeks ago and it's really stuck with me. And I think this would be my first 10 out of 10 on the podcast.
I was also thinking
like,
of 10.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, is it a 9? Is it a 10?
No.
Is it a 10 or is it a 9.5? But it's also stuck with me.
I can't think of a fault with this movie.
The only thing that I'll say is I did get a little fatigued of the like funky aesthetic, if you will, like the night shots, the all that. But only slightly.
Yeah, I was like, that
only
didn't really
slightly,
bother me.
And it was like, I'm in the world. It's fine.
I love the phone call scene. The phone call scene
is haunting.
Is so good. Like where he's like on the phone, it's like it just doesn't really work that way, man. Like it's like this guy who just hates his job on the phone. Like, you know, he clearly is like, I don't know, dude. Like that's just not how it is. Like, you know, the whole mystery around the One Wish Willow is really interesting. And when he's like, do you want to talk to her? And then it's Nikki just screaming is crazy. Crazy.
It was one of those, like, in the moment, you're like, what? Oh. And then it's just, like, stuck with me.
Yeah. Yeah. This whole movie has stuck with me, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I hope that people who watched it and misunderstood it watch it again and reflect and learn and don't say dumb things anymore on the internet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that it's a really interesting, like, people who do care about that stuff isn't, like, that's an interesting psychological study for me where I'm just like, it amazes me how strong human empathy is.
Ooh.
Or, like, human relatability towards a person or whatever you want to call it. Like, where they're like, oh, yeah.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
I have another fun little thought experiment.
Okay.
So a lot of people will do like, if this were cast in the early 2000s, who would be who? And I think I have a good Ian.
Okay.
I think Jason Segel would be a good Ian.
Yeah. Yeah, he would. Yeah.
Tobey Maguire or Jake Gyllenhaal could be Bear.
Jake Gyllenhaal would actually be a really good Bear.
Yeah, the Donnie Darko of it all.
Yeah, and like the Nightcrawler stuff. Nightcrawler is actually a really good Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
I think Natalie Portman could be Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
And then, I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar could be
Yeah,
Nikki.
She could. Yeah. She'd be good.
That would be a fun
one.
Hello, Miss Smooches. We have a visitor on the podcast.
No, sugars. You okay, girl?
You want to get on the bed? I'll get you up there in a minute.
I know that we have a Dear Maddie.
We do have a Dear Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very exciting Dear Maddie. And I need to find it. Comes from our good friend Ryan.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Long-time listener, many-time caller.
Yeah, I know. It's a joke. It's
I'm aware.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Dear Maddie, I am not quite finished listening to this most recent episode, but I'm definitely well through the part where you guys are complaining about the movie Air, and I agree that it was just nothing and was awful, and I like Matt fictitiously giving it a 3 or a 2, as it's, one of the worst movies ever. I just need both of you to tell the audience what is a 1 movie for you. What is with the exception of I went to see this movie and the director came to the theater and punched me in the face for 20 minutes straight. What is a 1 movie? I think we as an audience are dying to know. Thank you. Love you both. Love the podcast. Keep up the great work. Bye.
It's so funny because I can tell that Ryan is so frustrated in that memo. He's like, "What are you doing?"
He does not know what a 1 is.
He's like, "What's your number 1, babe?"
Okay, wait. I have 2 off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're going to be surprised with either of them.
Okay.
Wish.
Wish is a 1 for you?
Wish might be a 0 for me.
That's crazy.
And then Strange World.
Ooh, Strange World is one of those movies. Man, I remember we watched it and I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, truly, like, I felt like the inner MAGA in me was coming out because I was like, what is this woke nation garbage that we just watched? I was like, this is crazy. What?
I remember, okay. I remember being in the theater for something and seeing a movie and there were cowboys and there were aliens. And I was like, oh my God, this
Cowboys
looks so
versus
bad.
aliens?
And I was like, what's it called? Cowboys against aliens. And then it was Cowboys versus aliens and we were all dying in the trailer. But that movie was pretty bad. I don't even really remember it. So that could potentially be a 1, but I haven't seen it in a while. So take that one with a grain of salt.
I'm looking through movies that I've seen before because I used to really keep track of everything. Guys, this is a 1 movie for me. Shark Encounters of the Third Kind. Okay, that's a 1 movie for me. Like, in order for a movie to be a 1 on my book, and I've kind of told Ryan this before, like, it has to be so atrociously unwatchable that you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing with life? It's not like I watched it once, I won't see that again sort of a thing. It's like truly like, what are you talking about? This is that bad.
1 movies for me tend to make me so mad, like, I don't even find enjoyment. But, like, usually, so, like, oh my God, one of the movies that I think is so bad but I love is the Megalodon, or the Meg.
Oh, yeah.
I find that movie to be so absolutely atrocious, but it's so funny to me, all of the, like, ways in which it's bad.
Yeah.
A movie that's a 1, I can't even find the humor in how bad it is. Like, it's just offensively poorly made.
I have found a movie that for me is a 1 that I know that a lot of people love. And because I've seen it, I have it on my list now, and it's a movie that I absolutely despise, but people just absolutely adore it. And that's Casablanca. I hate Casablanca so much. Every single time I watch it, I fall asleep. It's the most boring, slow-paced crap I've ever seen, and it's the most predictable movie known to man. I'm just like, this is boring. It's so boring. Such a boring movie. If they remade Casablanca, it would be a 30-minute short video on YouTube these days. Like, that's how boring it is. It's so boring. That's my number 1.
Oh, well, this is a movie that I hate,
That's my hot
but I don't
take.
think that it's a 1 because it's, like, better made than the others that I've said. I hate Dirty Dancing.
Really?
I hate Dirty Dancing so much.
Wow.
It drives me crazy. I think it's just that I don't like Patrick Swayze or Jennifer Grey very much. I really don't like Patrick Swayze.
Mm-hmm.
But I find it cringy and awful. And I hate that Kelly Bishop's in it because I love Kelly Bishop, but I just can't stand that movie. And every once in a while, like every couple of years, I say couple, probably like once every 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
I will put it on just to be like, okay, have my tastes changed? Because it's a fan favorite. My mom loves it. And every time I'm like, this movie fucking sucks. I hate it so much. God, baby in the corner. God damn it.
The thing about Casablanca is I've seen that movie 4 or 5 times. Like, I've seen it enough. Like, there's no excuse. It's not like it's like, oh, you've seen it once, you gotta see it again. I've seen it 4 or 5 times. How many times do you want me to see it?
Another one movie?
Huh.
Indiana Jones 4.
Really? It's not that bad.
Oh, I thought it was terrible.
Really? You don't like it?
No.
Wow.
I remember seeing it in theaters. My friend was on a date and took me, but I was not on a date.
Who?
Redact it.
Interesting. I'm going through my list of
I don't have a list of movies I've seen.
things. I used to keep really close track, but I don't anymore.
I don't know. Maybe Crystal Skull's a 2. But I just remember being so, like, offended that they thought that was a good enough movie to put out there.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. I sit there and I'm like, it's really difficult to make a bad movie, in my opinion, if you are trying. Like, if you're truly trying, it's really hard. And that's why I feel like Casablanca is a great example of a movie that's like that bad. Unless it's like I said, like Shark Encounters of the Third Kind or whatever, where you're like, what is this garbage?
I don't know, Ryan. Does that answer your question?
I think it does answer.
Let us know.
I think it does answer his question.
You know what would be kind of fun? I remember one of my friends in college had this like graph that they made where it was like fun to no fun drinks. And it was like a fun scale.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to like make a big chart and just put the movies down.
You know what a one movie for me is? I found it. I found my one movie. The O in Ohio.
Oh, yeah, that is a 1.
That's a 1.
Oh my god.
That's a 1 movie.
I forgot about that movie.
I just saw it and I was like, what is that?
Cast? You didn't just see that. We saw it.
I saw it on my
okay.
list.
I was like,
when I was scrolling.
We saw that in Carmel.
Yeah.
It's a star-studded cast and it is just horrible.
Tell them what it's about, babe. Like, you don't do the whole plot recap.
Like,
just like give them a.
Parker Posey plays this advertising lady, and she's married to Paul Rudd, who's a teacher, but he's having an affair with one of his students. And it turns out, I think he's a high school teacher. Like, it's bad. And then Parker Posey, like, they get a divorce and all this stuff, but I don't know, things happen. She ends up with Danny DeVito, who's the water slide king of, is it Cleveland, Ohio?
Of Cleveland.
Yeah. And she can't orgasm. That's her whole thing.
That's the whole point of the movie. That's why it's called The O in Ohio.
But Danny DeVito can give her the O in Ohio.
Which is so crazy.
It's
Paul Rudd is a biology teacher and like her husband, and he like hooks up with one of his students.
It's also shot incredibly poorly. Like the actual video part of it is also just bad. The script, I mean, the acting is fine, I guess.
I have 2 more ones, actually.
I
thought of
go.
2 more. The next one, The Man in the Iron Mask, the Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, I've never seen that all the way through.
Yeah, there's a reason that we stopped. We put it on at home. Like, it's like, like, oh, this will be an interesting movie. Snooze fest. Movie sucks. It's so bad.
I think Coolsville sucks.
Yeah.
That's what you sound like. Snooze fest.
Snooze fest. Hold on. And then the other movie that sucks, Royal Deceit, aka The Prince of Jutland, starring Christian Bale, Helen Mirren,
right?
Helen Mirren.
Helen
Mirren.
You remember?
I mean,
Helen Mirren.
Yeah, I don't know what I just said. Kate Beckinsale, Brian Cox, Tom Wilkinson, Andy Serkis is in this movie.
It's a retelling of Hamlet, but like a very time accurate retelling.
They literally, guys, hold on. Sorry, babe. Give me a second. They literally, you know the History Channel documentaries where they have like the popsicle stick figures? That's literally a scene in this movie. Okay? And they're like, it's like, oh, look at how epic this is. It's so bad. Christian
That
Bale
was-
calls it the most embarrassing moment of his career.
And he did Newsies.
And it's so bad.
It is funny, but see, that's one where I do kind of find some humor in it. Like it's so bad, it's actually kind of entertaining.
No, I don't. That movie sucks.
I know you don't. I'm telling you what I think.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say something, and then you started yelling.
I know. I'm sorry. I just got really passionate about it, guys. I apologize.
Oh! That movie about the also medieval, the woman who turns into a bird that we saw clips of with Scott and Nicole at that restaurant.
Yeah.
That movie.
That movie looked so
It
bad.
looked awful.
It looked
but we haven't
so
watched it all
bad.
the way through, so I can't confidently call it
And
a
we
one.
also didn't watch it like with audio.
Yeah.
So like
But like what we were, I mean, we were at this restaurant for probably 2 hours, so we saw it. It started over again. Like
Yeah.
they played it again.
yeah, Scott and I were like looking at it and we were like, huh, okay.
Yeah.
Like this movie seems really weird. So yeah.
It was a bonding moment for the four of us for sure.
It definitely a bonding moment, that's for sure. That is definitely for sure. But yeah, those are our ones. I think that would satisfy Ryan. Like the ones are so bad I couldn't remember them and I had to go back and look.
I did know Wish would be a one for me right off the bat. Stranger Thing. No, what is it called? Strange World.
Strange World.
Yeah.
See, like there's some movies though where I'm like,
For a while, when I was younger, I thought Pirates of the Caribbean 2 was a one. But it's been long enough that I forget
What?
why I thought that.
yeah.
I felt very strongly that it was a filler episode between 1 and 3. But it's been a long time since I've seen it to like affirm that opinion from when I was like 14.
I remember liking 2 the most out of all of them.
Well, and see, we were watching it at work last week, and a lot of people were saying that, and I was like, I wonder if it just like didn't click with me.
Yeah.
But if I watched it now, like, would I like it more?
I think you would. Yeah.
Right. So I'm
Yeah.
just telling you,
I know.
15 years ago, I probably would have said Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
15-year-old Maddie was
She was sure in her opinions.
but anyways, like that's a one. Those are the ones for me. Like it where they're so bad. My thing is it's like
I
when
feel like there's a French movie that I saw that I thought was a one, but I can't think of what it was.
oh yeah, I'm sure. But like for me a one is a movie where
I remember. It's this movie about, it's like little vignettes. And we watched it before Louise went to Paris at a movie night, and it bombed. It was so bad. Hold on, I will come up with the title.
okay. But for me, like a one is a movie where there's no redeeming quality to it at all. Like everyone has failed so utterly in their goals or in talent that it's not even
It's
worth
called
it.
Paris, Je t'aime. And actually, Elijah
Okay.
Wood is in one of the
Oh.
vignettes, and he is an American tourist, and he gets lost, and he meets a vampire.
Oh.
It's and like that's, there's one part where it's like two clowns have a baby. There's another part where this guy is going to a salon and he's a pimp. Like, it was bizarre.
This is too European for me.
It was too
You know?
European for all of us. We were all like,
Yeah.
well, this movie is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, you know, these are pretty low, but maybe they're more on like the same level as the How to Make a Killing, the New Year's Eve movie and the Valentine's Day movie. Like, they were trying to capitalize off of Love
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
but they were just so much worse.
yeah.
Those are pretty bad.
I feel
But
like
again, I haven't
there's-
watched them more recently enough to like say, oh, I think it's a one. I
My
just know that
thing-
they're bad.
My thing is with those movies where it's like I am like, oh, but like it's kind of sweet, you know? Like it's not that bad.
That's what I'm
you
saying. I
know-
think it's probably just
And like they're shot well. Like this is the thing where I'm like, for me a one is it's just like there's not the person behind the camera doesn't even know what they're doing. The director's asleep at
and
the
see,
wheel.
and this is where the
Like-
room isn't a 1 because it's so funny. They've done it so bad, they've made a comedy.
Yes. Right. Exactly. Yeah. There's movies that are so bad that they're good. They're phrased that way for a reason. Like, they're so bad that they're good. And movies, and like, they weren't trying to do that with The Room. That's the thing that's crazy to me, is it's like they weren't trying, but they did it so well.
Well, it's
You know?
official.
I
definitely have cancer.
Yeah. What? And it never comes up again.
Nope. She says,
Well, it's crazy because the guy who wrote the memoir, Greg or whatever his name is.
the dude who played Mark.
Yeah, the guy who played Mark. He talked to that lady when they were there, and he was just like, "What do you, like? Why are you doing this?" And she's just like, "You just got to keep trying, honey." And it's like, girl, what do you mean? Like,
That's depressing.
it was I think in his memoir he's like, it's the most depressing thing I've ever encountered in my life, you know. So there you go.
Ryan.
That's the answer. And everyone should see Obsession on the exact opposite spectrum of something that is totally worth your time.
Yeah.
You should see Obsession because it's that good.
And
Perfect 10.
scene.
Oh, it's over. Didn't even tell them to go like and subscribe yet.
Scene.